All right, I'm down here at Occupy Poughkeepsie on Market Street. Can't see much, a little dark. How you doing, sir? Your name?
My name is Jason Baylor.
Hey, Jason. How you doing? Yeah, basically, I just wanted to ask you. We're down here at Occupy Poughkeepsie, and if I could just get your opinion on why. First off, why are you down here? What is it that you see in this group that attracted you to come down and support us tonight?
Well, I see a good group of people trying to get together and trying to raise awareness of what's going on financially and economically, and what's going on as far as how people are being screwed by the banks. Starting with Wall Street, of course, that's where it started, but also stemming to the Federal Reserve, which is really a private bank owned by the Rothschild family. The Bank of England, all these different central banks. I'm here to support people trying to raise awareness of why people are losing their jobs in supposedly the richest country in the world.
Absolutely.
People are losing everything they own because of the banks, and they have not done a thing as far as the people go, but yet the people are getting screwed when the banks are calling in their loans to create this economic crisis, just like they did with the Great Depression, which was finally admitted. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to support anyone that's here to spread awareness. I personally don't stand for any group or under any person. I am all for all groups that are here to help, to love, and to spread awareness. That's what I'm all about.
Absolutely, that's very important. All right. In your experience, if you could, a lot of the thing is, a lot of people around here don't know what the Occupy movement's about. What it is that a lot of these people down here are standing for, as well as the people in Unity down in Wall Street. They have Occupy movements in Washington and LA, and even across the world now, such as Rome, Spain, Greece. What have you seen that might be a common ground as far as effects? Like how for instance, have you been affected by the global crisis that's happening right now that we're trying to stand against? How have you personally? What is one or a couple of ways that you've been affected personally?
Well, my job, for instance, I still have a job that I love, luckily. It's rare if people are working to do what they love. Most people are doing work just so they can feed their children, so they get enough worthless paper and digits on a computer screen to be able to have a roof over their head. And if that's not insane, I don't know what is. I mean, luckily I do have a job, but the funding of my job is being cut massively. People are losing their jobs where I work. It's getting completely insane as far as there goes. But I'm witnessing it all around me. I know people that have lost their jobs. I know people that have lost everything, everything they have. And people, I think, need to understand that this is orchestrated. This is not an accidental crisis. This is orchestrated, and it's been planned long, long ago. It's not something that, oh my God, there's a housing bubble. I mean, those are just tips of the iceberg. It's kind of like the tip of the tumor. What's happening here has been created long ago in order to, the 2008 crisis was talked about by us a long time ago, all right? And we now know that the second part of this crisis will be in 2011 into 2012, and right on this cusp, that's where we are right now, the second wave of this crisis is going to happen. And that's when we're truly going to see the impact of the banking scam. But it all stems back to the different forces behind the banks, that's actually creating this. So we need to protest Wall Street, but we need to protest the central bank. Why are we at war? We go to war in every single country that takes away the power from the Rothschild central bank. Why did we carpet bomb Libya? Oh yeah, we're liberating Libya by carpet bombing them. What did Gaddafi do? He took the power away from the central bank. Who owned the central bank? The Rothschilds. We wanted to invade Venezuela. Why? Because Chavez took the power away from the central bank. Us and Israel, which were really controlled by Israel through AIPAC, they're the ones that, us and them, want to attack Iran for a long time now. Because they took the power away from the central banks. The central banks have been used for a long, long time to enslave nations with debt. That's what we're enslaved. But people need to wake up and understand their enslavement, because you're not going to fight enslavement if you have no idea you're even a slave.
Right.
Once you wake up to this enslavement, you can actually wake up and say, you know what? I'm being screwed. I'm being screwed completely. Not just me, not just Bob down the road, all of us. And we got to understand we're one-fourth. We are one-fourth. And they try to separate us from us using various tools of political parties, which if you believe we really live in a two-party system, there's still problems going on here, because there's no such thing as a two-party system in the United States of America. They're two faces on the same coin of corruption. You know, they divide us by different religious ideologies. We fight amongst each other over numerous ideologies that are based on the same principles, which is manipulated from ancient knowledge. We divide us by skin color. What is our skin? It's just our bodies that our consciousness is driving this reality in. We divide ourselves by income bracket, and that's where we are now. You know, income bracket, the destruction of not only the middle class, you know, but the lower class and even the upper class in certain respects.
Yeah.
This is a war against not blacks, not whites, not Jewish, not Muslim. This is a war against all of us. All of us. And that's why we got to get together, because their fear is that we're going to truly remember our true power. And our true power comes in numbers. We're all one, people.
Absolutely.
We're all one. And they try to separate us. It's only a minute amount of people or manipulators that control 7 billion people, and the only way they do it is because we allow it collectively. We allow it. And in some cases, people actually fight for their own enslavement. They fight for it. They fight for their own enslavement. So we're here to spread awareness to what is going on. At least that's why I'm here. I can only really speak for me, but we really need to spread awareness. That's what we do. If people, again, have no idea they're slaves, why are they going to fight against it if they don't know it exists? You know, it's for us to truly wake up. And there's been awakening happening for a long time. And I'm really behind the Occupy movement because it's about spreading awareness. It's about saying, hey, something is up here. Finally, people are waking up. Close your accounts, people. Close your accounts with Bank of America, all the different Rothschild banks. That is a way to boycott the bank. Once you do that, you know, it's going to make an impact, little by little. It's not going to be overnight, but little by little. Think about it. The only way a handful of people can control 7 billion people by using worthless paper, which isn't even backed by gold anymore, is if we allow it. Is that not insane? If I don't have enough paper or digits on the screen, I can't feed my child? What?
No.
That is not insane. You know, it's completely ridiculous. We have been manipulated for thousands of years, not hundreds, thousands of years. But people are waking up. People are waking up and opening that mind to what we really are. What we really are, and we're infinite consciousness, experiencing this reality through different perspectives. And once we understand that, once we understand our true power, we will understand what we can actually do. They're shitting their pants right now. Why? Because they understand that people are finally awakening. Finally awakening. Once the illusion crashes, it's all over. But the only way it's going to crash is we stop going along with it. That's the only way it's going to crash, if we stop going along with our own enslavement.
Agreed. Absolutely. All right. I know you guys are pressed for time. I wanted just to put a real important, pose one more question to you. I don't mean this to seem like a little interview, but I do. I think, you know, knowledge is very, very valuable, as is wisdom and information, and you happen to be full of it. So, my important question to you is if you could broadcast out there certain techniques that if someone came up to you and asked, what can I do, as far as what kind of help could the common person that's just walking by on the street and wants to get involved, what could they do? What's something that they could get involved with that can really help us make a change and move toward our goal? What would you suggest to the common person who wants to help but doesn't quite know what to do or how to start?
Well, there's so many things we can do. And the first thing you got to change is you, inside. You know, as Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. You change your internal self, your external projection of this reality will change. But it's got to be a collective change internally. Second, we can take information. Information is power, knowledge is power, but if you get a bunch of BS of knowledge, you're going to get a bunch of BS of power. You know, so you got to get the right knowledge. You got to see if it resonates with you. You know, where does this come from? If you watch the news and all this other stuff, you're getting a bunch of propaganda and BS that really implants negative belief systems, which brings lower grade frequencies of fear into the subconscious. Once that occurs, they have you under control. And once you're under control and you don't realize it, they can play you like a puppet. And that's how all of us have been. Even me. All of us have been this way. You know, spread things. Get information. Hand it out. You know, burn DVDs. I burn tons of DVDs. I've given out thousands, literally, of DVDs of what's going on. Just different documentaries, papers, literature I hand out. I put it under people's doorsteps, stick it in their mailboxes. You know, I do a radio show personally. I do a weekly radio show because I like spreading info. Even use their tools like Facebook and MySpace that's used against you to gather information about you, to be able to, what's the word I'm looking for? I just gather data about you. Use their tools against them.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, that's why in Egypt, the protests going on in Egypt, they used Facebook to gather together. That's why they shut Facebook down. And that's why the Obama administration is talking about the kill strip, excuse me, I'm cold so I can't talk, the kill switch for the internet.
That's so sick.
Because we're using their tools against them now. You know, I use Facebook, but I only use it to spread info.
Right.
I don't use it to say, oh my God, I'm going to the bathroom now, I'm eating a sandwich now. No, I do it to say, look, here's some information. Either read it or don't. That's your choice. But I'm going to give the information. You know, spread this stuff out. You know, the information, the DVDs, all this kind of stuff. Speak out to people. You know, create groups in your communities. You know, there's so many things you can do to spread information. But with this movement, not only spreading the info and passing out literature, as I said earlier, close your bank accounts with the major banks. Close them. Because those major banks, if you don't know what fiat currency is, they can loan out 10 times the amount that they have. How is that possible? Because all they're doing is typing in digits on a computer screen to enslave you. Close your accounts with major banks. I have an account, but not with a major bank. Alright? There's so much you can do. Here's the last part too, which maybe it should have been first. I said change the internal to change the external. Love. Love. Love everyone. Don't ever hate. Because if you ever hate anyone, you're hating a partial or a portion of your own self. We're all one collective force. We may not like everyone's qualities, but we're all one. What is the rule of consciousness? Consciousness is energy. It can't be created, destroyed, and it's all interconnected as one. You know, love everyone, but you gotta love yourself and be able to do it. Love is freedom. An open mind and an open heart will set you free beyond belief. And information and being able to love yourself and what's around you is the key to all this. That is why society is based in fear. You don't do this, you get a fine. If you don't do this, you're going to go to jail. If you don't do this, I'm going to take your child away using these structures like CPS. That's fear, 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 left brain structured society. We've got to use the right hemisphere, which is creativity and thinking outside the box and opening the heart to all of us, because we're all one entity, all one force. That's why they separate us. We're here to change this projection in this third dimension. We're here to love, to gain knowledge, and change this projection. It's time we do it. It's time we wake up from our slumber.
Absolutely. You know, I agree. It's definitely time. So I want to thank you, as Jason Baylor, everybody. If real quick, if you're willing, can you just tell our audience what the web address is to that talk radio show, if you recall it offhand, how we can get a hold of that?
Yeah, if you want to check out the weekly radio show, it's on Blog Talk Radio. It's www.blogtalkradio.com/infinite consciousness. The show is Awake and Aware. It's tons of information. If you want to check out the Awake and Aware part of the Solution Facebook page, I use their tool against them by using it for info spreading. There's so much out there. Please use it, and please embrace each other.
Absolutely. All right, and my name is Chenzo, once again, coming to you from Holmes Park in Poughkeepsie on the corner of Market Street and the Arterial. We want to encourage everybody to come down and support your local Occupy movement wherever you are in the world. If you're here in Dutchess County, come down to Poughkeepsie, support us. We got food, we got beverages. Above all, we got information that we're willing to give out to the people. Check us out on Facebook, Occupy Poughkeepsie. Just type it in on the little search bar up top. You'll get our Facebook page. And today is Friday, tomorrow Saturday. Hopefully we'll have a march, and hopefully by the time you see this, you would have already heard from us, from the travel of word through your friends and through your family. So come down, make a change, and support your local community, which is what we're doing. All right, I'm out. Have a good night.
And I just want to say thank you to every single one of you at not Occupy the World, Occupy Within, and Occupy Poughkeepsie. Thank you very much for what you're doing. You guys are awesome.
Absolutely. All right.